Yo, what's going on, guys? In today's video, we are going to be going over week 2 of the Loot the Universe event. I am also going to be recommending farms for this event, and I'm going to tell you every single drop location of every weapon, like specific weapon. And yeah, so basically, before we get into the video, if you could go ahead and drop a like on it, I would really appreciate it, and subscribe to the channel for more Borderlands 3 videos. We provide tips and tricks and Zane builds, and hopefully I will force myself to work on a Moze build soon. And yeah, so let's really just get into it. So if you guys want to know the exact drop locations, there you go. However, we're going to go over all of them in this video. I already ran through the event, and there are definitely some tips and tricks I recommend looking out for. I am also going to put a pinned comment in the down below with a link to these drops. However, let me show you guys where to farm for each drop. So basically, like I said, this week is Promethea. So let's go over to Promethea. The first location is actually the Meridian outskirts. Now on the Meridian outskirts, this is where Borman Nates is located. I'm pretty sure he's about right here. And this is pretty much the only farm on this map. Now, unless you really want to farm Borman Nates, I really don't recommend this at all. I probably farmed this 5 or 6 times before I honestly gave up. And that is the first thing I learned from this event is you really want to farm badasses and bosses. That's how you're going to get the most loot drops. So I actually recommend a location later on if you want to find shotguns. Next, we have the Meridian Metroplex. Now, this area is going to drop sniper rifles and artifacts. Gigamind is actually on this map, and that's pretty much who I recommend to farm. However, there are some other enemies around this area. I'm pretty sure there's some badasses on this map. So if you guys like this map, you can actually travel through it. Just look for those badasses. I definitely recommend Gigamind. I farmed him maybe a dozen times this morning. He's definitely dropping tons of artifacts. I actually found kind of a god roll. It was a victory rush with incendiary damage, assault rifle damage, and AoE damage. And it was actually pretty crazy. So they drop sniper rifles and artifacts, by the way. Next, moving on to Lectra City. Now, Lectra City is dropping submachine guns right now. Now, Lectra City is probably one of my favorite maps. This was the first map I hopped into when the game first came out. My first run through in Mayhem 3, and I got my ass handed to me by some anointed enemies. There are tons of badasses and anointed on this map. Kilovolt is also on this map. Judge Hightower. Down in the sewers, we got One Punch Man, and we have that little dwarf. We also have Brick and Morty, or it should have been Brick and Morty, right? The Rick and Morty Easter egg bosses are also on this map. Honestly, if you want to be as efficient as possible, I would just farm Kilovolt because he is a boss. You can get the Monarch from Kilovolt as well. However, you're going to find tons of submachine guns just mobbing through this map. Lectra City is a great map to farm. Next, we are moving on to Atlas HQ. Now, you guys saw me killing Katagawa. Let's turn on some more Katagawa kills while we talk about Atlas HQ. Atlas HQ is dropping assault rifles and class mods. So you can also get the Sandhawk from Katagawa Jr. Basically, there's pretty much just Katagawa Jr. and the Power Troopers. The Power Troopers is a great farm too, and they can also spawn some of those cartel beacons that spawn cartel enemies. So that's a good farm too. However, you can get the Sandhawk from Katagawa Jr. So I decided to farm him, but it's a pretty good map to farm. So pick whatever you want. Next, we actually have Athenas. So Athenas is part of this event. Now, this is obviously not part of Promethea, but you actually do run through Athenas during the Promethea missions. So we are going to kill Captain Trant, and over in Athenas, we are dropping pistols and shields. We got a pistol right here, the Flood. Oh, we actually got a Tankman's shield. And let's see what this last piece of gear is. What is this? Looks like a shield. It's a red card. So we're dropping pistols and shields here, but as you guys can see, Trant is a good farm anyway. You can get the chaos in, and I also actually do recommend coming back to this area and killing the badass back here. Like I said, badass and bosses seem like they're going to drop the best loot in this event. So this is a pretty nice little farm. Get these enemies back here. You can even spawn some cartel beacons right now. So yeah. And next, we have listed Skywell 27. Now, Skywell 27 is going to drop heavy weapons and grenades. Now, like I said, we are looking for badasses and bosses. This map actually doesn't have that many badasses. You can kind of mob through it a bit. However, I do just recommend going to take out Katagawa Ball. Katagawa Ball is going to drop the Brainstormer, the Kill-A-Wisp, cool weapons like that. Like I said, or I think I said, Skywell 27 is actually dropping heavy weapons and grenades right now. So look out for heavy weapons and grenades at Skywell 27. And finally, for the last farm of the event, we have Neon Arterial. Now, this is actually the map I recommend if you want to farm for shotguns. Shotguns is dropping from Neon Arterial and Meridian Outskirts. Meridian Outskirts was that area with Borman Nates that I said that you don't want to farm. Now, Neon Arterial is actually the map where you drive the car all the way through those large areas before you get down to the vault, if you guys remember from the story. However, after you drive through those areas, if you guys can see on the map right here, there are these 3 little areas that are full of mobbing. And then there's another section of the map that's Guardians. Where I suggest to go is these maps full of mobbing. This is full of COV, badasses. I'm pretty sure some anointed spawned here. And yeah, tons of shotgun drops in this area. And I definitely recommend these mobbing areas for shotgun. I would not farm Borman Nates on the first map. You know, I don't know how many of you guys farm Borman for the Cutsman, but I don't want to ever do that again. And he's not dropping a bunch of loot anyway. So those are all the drop locations and the farms I recommend for week 2. Like I said, we are in Promethea. Let's just toss the values up on the screen real quick. We have Meridian Outskirts dropping shotguns. That's with Borman Nates that I don't recommend. Meridian Metroplex dropping sniper rifles and artifacts. I recommend Gigamind. Electricity, submachine guns. Electricity's super fun. Mob the whole thing. But if you want to be as efficient as possible, Kilovolt, because he also drops the Monarch. And you can even kill those badasses in the area right before Kilovolt too. Atlas HQ, assault rifles, and class mods. Take out Katagawa Jr. so you can get that Sandhawk. Athenas, pistols and shields. We got Trant and his little group of Malawan thugs right outside of his arena. Skywell 27, heavy weapons and grenades. Go kill Katagawa Ball because you're looking for badasses and bosses. And Katagawa Ball is pretty much the only boss on the map. Neon Arterial, that's shotguns. Those little mobbing areas at the end. Like I said, don't fight Borman Nates for shotguns. It is not worth it. And yeah, so that is pretty much it for this video. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to drop a like on it and subscribe to the channel for more Borderlands 3 videos. If you want to join the Zane Nation Discord, follow me on Twitch or all of the above. That will all be in the pinned comment down below, along with this image. A link to this image will be in the pinned comment down below. So yeah, that is pretty much it for the video. I'll see you guys in the next one. I'm out.